Hey, welcome to my channel and welcome to Weigh In. Nutrisystem. I just started week 8, so this is week 7. Weigh In. We're going to talk about this. So, I weighed in at 312.8 for a loss of 0.4, and that puts me at 64.3. Yes, a loss is a loss, and I'm thankful for it because yesterday I was up 3. The day before I was up 3. The day before that I was down 3. So I've weighed every day this week. I have been going like every other day, a couple days and let off one, but I've weighed every day this week. It's what Joan says. Your weight is a snapshot in time. It's a snapshot in that moment right there. So what happened between yesterday and today? Who knows? Who knows when that moment, in that, we said it's not a line. Who knows in this period of time when that weight loss happens? If you think about it, it kind of messes with your mind that there's some point along the line that the body says, okay, well, I'm gonna release this weight today. When was that? Was it overnight? Did my body hold on to it? And then it says, okay, tonight's the night we'll make history. Listen, y'all remember that song? I don't know why that came to my head, because I like Sticks, that's why. So, point 4. I was talking to Joan this morning. I'm like, I just think it should be more. And the subject of what I'm eating as far as calories, came up. I'm like, I'm not even eating all the calories they tell me to eat. She goes, well, maybe you should. I'm like, in my mind says you cannot eat 1,987 calories and lose weight. My mind tells me that. Got my Noel mug. Won't be long. Butterflies will be out. She's like, well, just give it a week. I'm like, okay. Today starts my new day, so I'm going to give it a week. I started this morning at breakfast, eating everything they told me to eat, which, there's something on my glasses. It depends on what I have. Some mornings I can eat it, some mornings I can't. This morning I made myself, even though what I was having, there really wasn't nothing else I wanted to eat with it, but I made myself eat everything they told me to eat. You'll see tonight at this video, I don't know how much food I'm going to have today, but I'm going to do it. I'm keeping a book. I don't have it written out yet, so that each meal I can keep up, and I'm going to write a list of the power fuels and the smart carbs that I eat. I'm going to put down what it is, so that when I look back on it, I'll know, okay, that's what you eat, so we can see next week, if it was, if it worked, if it didn't work, or if you need to give it more than a week, you know what I mean? Why didn't I lose more this week? There's all kind of reasons. It's not just because you overeat. There's many reasons why you can not lose weight, not lose as much weight, or hold on to weight. We've already discussed the medicines I take. That's whatever. You can catch it in the wrong cycle of the week. What if tomorrow I weigh and I'm down 3 pounds, so it don't count because the day's weigh-in? It's not linear. We've said that. We said that last week. There's a issue of sodium, and more than one person has said since I've started on Nutrisystem, maybe I'm eating too much sodium. Well, I don't believe so. I really don't. Even though their packaged foods have sodium, they don't have as much in the scheme of a day that you would think. My kidney doctor, and we've discussed this too, said I could have 3,000 milligrams of sodium a day. I don't come anywhere close to 3,000. Yes, he's looking at it from a kidney standpoint. But, listen, I was fat when he told me. He says, you need to lose weight, because all the doctors do. I don't see that he would have said You can have 3,000 calories if he thought it was going to hinder me from gaining weight, from losing weight. I just don't. When I swell, it's not from sodium. And knock on wood, I might swell tonight. I don't want to call it up. But knock on wood, I have not swollen. Oh gosh. It's been a long time since I have swollen up. It's not something like, oh, I'm just retaining water. No. I swell. I get big. I get thick. I can't close my hands. My legs are huge. I have lymphedema. Lymphedema is not just sodium weight. So I don't think that I'm holding on to any kind of sodium. Hold on. I swear there's something stuck to my glasses. Oh, there is. So I said we'll do Nutrisystem as long as Nutrisystem works. We got another month in front of us because it's on its way. Part of it's here and part of it's on its way. So we got at least another month to try it. And we'll try it this week. Eating everything they tell me to eat. That's going to be an experiment for this week. And as far as only losing a 0.4, then that's what happened. So that's what happened. So let's move away from weight loss because no, it ain't nothing fun to talk about. I was going to say we got better things to discuss, but we really don't. The reason I'm late today getting this up is because I had a hair appointment this morning. I just got it trimmed. You can see, I don't know if you can tell the ends are straighter across because I've not seen her. The last time I got my hair cut, the last time I saw her was in June, of 2020. I've not had my hair cut in almost 2 years. When you started with my channel, if you've been here with me from the beginning, you know that I had short hair and I kept it buzzed up the back. Buzzed with a foreguard that you use on a man. Buzzed, okay? That's how I kept it. So when I started growing it out in June, that's the last time I got it cut. From then on, it's been growing. It went from buzzed to this in less than 2 years, but close to 2 years. So I said, well, it's time. The ends are like raggedy and my hair's like old hair anyway. It's wiry and everything. And I told her, I said, no, you can't be cutting it all off because I got to get it in the ponytail. I said, I've got it long now and I like to keep it that way. I don't want to go back to short. Not at this point. Maybe at some point I will. At this point I'm fine, happy with it long in a ponytail. And she told me, she showed me, she goes, oh, look that. I had the mirror. She said, you see those little hairs right there? That's not from growing out. That's from your ponytails. I'm like, okay. I guess I'll just have to live with it. That's why I use those scrunchies instead of the rubber band type kind. Well, I went down there where she was, and like I said, I ain't seen her in 2 years. And I go by, and they ain't a soul in the parking lot of that building. I'm like, and my point was at 9:30. I'm like, Lord, they done moved on me. Well, I couldn't get up in there because right where it is a stop sign that merges onto another road, and people, they run that stop sign all the time. She said 2-3 times a day they have bump ups, and that's no exaggeration. Well, there was one when I went by, so they were all blocking the place where I couldn't get in. Well, I went on down, parked in front of the ice cream place. Whew. Love that place. They got anything and everything you want. Well, I called her. I said, well, where are you? She goes, well, I'm right here waiting on you. Well, I said, well, where's that? And we ain't got nobody in the parking lot. She said, because we just got here. I said, what? Or she said, because it don't open until you get here. I'm like, what? She goes, well, we just got here. I'm like, oh, so you're in the same place? Yeah. I'm like, well, I didn't see no cars. I just assume when I'm up and at them, everybody in the whole world's up and at them. They don't open till like 9:30, so they had just got there. I mean, there was nobody there. So I turned around, went back down there, got my hair cut. She was married. Her wife had cancer and died, and she was a hairdresser too, and she was a friend of mine too. Well, I told her, I said, let me set my glasses over here. She goes, no, don't take them off yet. I'm gonna blow you. I'm gonna knock your socks off. That's what she said. I said, okay. I thought she was gonna show me a picture or something. No, I'm sitting there thinking she was doing something behind me because she was just getting set up. I just went on in there. She held her hand out. She showed me a ring. I'm like, oh, what is that? Where'd that come from? She said, okay. She said, Jared. I'm like, are you just dating ring, married ring? She goes, married. I'm like, nah. So yeah, she blew my socks off. So we turned around. I got my cape on, everything. I said, where'd you meet him? She goes, well, it ain't a he. I'm like, well, you said Jared. She said, didn't you say, where did I get my ring from? I said, well, no. I said, where's that from? Or who? Where's that from? Or something like that. Which I thought when she said Jared, it was a guy's name. It came from Jared's, the jewelry store. I thought she done got her a man. She no. She's like, listen, you crazy. I'm like, well, I didn't know. So she got married back to a woman again, and I just got it all misconstrued. So anyway, I just thought that was fun. I thought that was funny. I guess you had to be there. So I got my hair done. I was halfway to Wanda's, so since I was halfway down there, I might as well go. So I went to Wanda's, found me a couple things, found me a nice griddle. You know, those big long griddles that you plug in that you make pancakes on? I had one years ago, and over the years, you know how you get rid of stuff. Well, I'm wanting to make some okra patties and some squash croquettes, which is what my mom called them. So that's what I call them, croquettes. They're just squash patties. And Denise's onion patties. I've been wanting to make all that. And I need something bigger than my frying pan, my electric frying pan, and the griddle that opens up on my waffle maker. You can put a flat pan on it. You don't get much room on there, so I can get a lot on this thing. So I was excited. It was there the last time I was there, and I hadn't been to one in a while, and it was still there. So I took it as a sign to bring it home. Found some magazines. She had some magazines, and a cookbook. And then, so when I was coming back down, I went to the C-Van because it's on the way back. Well, it's on the way there, but I went the back way from where I was. And I found a few cookbooks and a food storage container. That's all I got there. So then I come on home. But this morning, what I had to do this morning. So we was expecting a box yesterday, and it said it was out for delivery. Well, I waited on it, had the front door open. Oh, it was raining. It was glorious. Listen, it's supposed to be sunshine today, but it's all overcast. It's gorgeous. Me and Sandy, we're alike on that. I love rainy, gloomy days. I have ever since I was a kid. I used to stand out. This one woman that kept me. I just couldn't wait for my mama to come get me. She had like a screen in front porch, and when it would rain, I would go out there and I would just put my face up at that screen when it was raining and just stand there. And I was just a kid. So I've loved rainy, stormy days ever since I was a kid. But anyway, I checked in for delivery because I knew the mail should have had done come. Well, I checked in for delivery and it said alert, all in red, alert. Not delivered because they couldn't access the delivery location. I'm like, well, right there's my driveway, right here's my steps, here's my porch. I don't know. I don't know how they were denied access. This is what I think. It was raining. It got raining, some hard rain. I think they didn't want to get out in the rain because I was home all day. Wasn't nobody blocking my driveway. No. So I think that's what happened. I can't say, but an ant just fell on me from a big black ant just fell on me from somewhere and hit my arm. Listen, be glad that, listen, when them dirt dollars start coming building their nests up in there, you see I'll be out here with my fly swat and my spray. So I had to call the post office this morning, and I told him, I said, I don't understand. He goes, well, that is weird. I said, yeah, it is weird. I said, you gonna redeliver or should I come get it? He said, we can do either way. I said, I'll come get it. Because he was able to find it, which means he had it. So it wasn't on today's truck for delivery. So we needed it. It's some vitamins and things that we was out of and we needed. And so I didn't have a week to wait for him to bring it back. So I went to the post office and got that, and the girl went back and got it. She come up and she goes, you didn't have your regular delivery man, so I don't know what happened. I'm like, okay, well. I didn't tell them my theory of the rain. So, oh, there was something I was going to tell y'all, and then we'll go. You know, if you leave me a message from day one on my channel, I comment, and if there's not like a relevant comment to make, I at least like it. But there's an interaction on every single comment that y'all make. Well, me and Joan were talking last night, and she said she had hit the ones held for review. See on the YouTube website. Oh, she wasn't looking. I was gonna wave. The YouTube website, YouTube Studio, it sees your comments, and then there's ones held for review. YouTube has a weird thing. Now, sometimes it'll catch the spam, but sometimes it catches the dumbest things, just the most innocuous comment you could ever imagine. It'll hold it for review for whatever reason. So she found a bunch in hers. I'm like, you know what? I have not checked mine in ages. I always forget to. So I checked it, and sure enough, there was, I don't know how many comments, but it looked like they were comments that had replies to them from other people. Okay, where are these ants coming from? Mama not having it. No, Mama not having it. So there was, you can approve them, and then they'll flick them back over there, so it'll put them back under haven't made a reply. I think there's one of them I replied to. It was like from a month ago, asking me a question, so it looks like I just ignored her. Hopefully she got it. And then the other ones, they didn't show up. So I think what happened was I replied to them, and then when somebody else replied, they threw it over in the have review. So let me tell you, if you ever comment on something and you don't get a response from me, then YouTube has swallowed it up somewhere. And if there's a question you need to ask me, go down there and get my email address and send me an email. Make sure I get it that way. Ooh, my paper's going. So, listen, boring today. At least you got to hear the birds. I got some fresh air. It's lunchtime, so I think I'll go in there and have my lunch. But I'm going to get my book out and I'm going to write that stuff down. That's what I'm going to do. So, for whatever reason, I only lost 0.4 this week. And I was 312.8. But I still have a total of 64.3. So, I'm heading in the right direction. Like Joan said, a loss is a loss. And 0.4 is better than 0.4 up. And it's better than that 2 whatever last week. So, there you go. All right. Well, I'm going to head in and get some lunch. And I'll see you tomorrow for my weekend flex menu. And then I'll see you Saturday for our Saturday sayings. And so until then, have a good day. And I'll see you on my next video.